Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOI Digital, your daily guide to all that's happening in Indian cricket. And as always, we've got a very interesting panel. Beyond the Boundaries, the name of the show. We've got Arani Basu joining us from NCR, and Gaurav Gupta joins us from right here in Mumbai. Happy Diwali to you and to everyone watching us right here on TOI Digital. Welcome to the show, Arani. Are you surprised that Virat, Rohit, Shreyas all struggled in that opening encounter at Perth? Virat and Rohit did not play any cricket for 4.5 months. They landed up 2 sessions and they were thrown at the deep end. Shreyas Iyer had played the 3 one-day matches against Australia. He was expected to be in good touch, but again the short ball surprised him. You have two contrasting examples. What's the right way to approach this then?
No, see, at this moment you cannot club Shreyas with Virat and Rohit. I think that's a different case study. Shreyas is still bound to serve Indian cricket for a few years. You are still looking at him. You're banking on him to serve Indian cricket for a few years. But yes, it's not about how they got out and what happened, the scores. It's about what led to it. Shreyas, we cannot fault him. Okay, he was in touch with the game. He was giving his all. He was playing multiple formats in domestic cricket as well. But again, see, I don't know if they're going to score runs in Adelaide or not. Two matches. We had discussed this before, Chandresh, in the previous shows that with so many few one days left to be played, and the series, all these one day series will be just three match series. How many games would you need to warm up if you're not playing cricket, constant cricket? That's what happened with Rohit and Virat. See, if you give them a few games, they will get into the groove. At this moment, are you saying that we don't value this series enough? We are willing to give them match practice in a proper international match? Is that the approach? And like you had mentioned, they could have easily played the County One Day Cup as well, which was at the fag end of the summer, English summer in August, September. They could have played a few games there. But they didn't do that. Maybe Virat Kohli has given a very heartfelt interview to Fox that he played the most number of games for India in the last 15 years and everything. No one's denying it. But at this age, the game tends to slip away from you faster than you think. So yes, it's the manner they struggled. Uh, had it been a couple of years back, I would not have uh, imagined that they would struggle in a big way. Virat Kohli is struggling to get off the mark for 9 deliveries, is seven, 8 deliveries, whatever he's played. That's the thing. See, I think they will get runs again. They can get. You don't know. Adelaide is known to be a very good placid track as well. They can find form, but how many games are you going to give them? That's the moot point here. Will you treat these one days leading up to the 27 World Cup as warm-up games for these two? I don't think so. If really that's the call that selectors need to take. While we don't want to be harsh, yes, Shreyas has issues with pace and bounce. He has scored runs for India in one days from the 2023 World Cup, but those have been mostly in subcontinental pitches. Shreyas needs to work that out again. I think to be his fluent self. You want a Shreyas Iyer who can be himself in all conditions. But you can still give Shreyas Iyer that time. But with them, I think that's a very tricky situation now. The way these two are going about it. At this age, the reflexes are bound to slow down. At this moment, I think, it's like doing mathematics. If you just turn up on exam day, not doing mathematics, practicing mathematics for a couple of months, you're in deep trouble. So cricket is not as easy as you think. It tends to slip away when not in touch.
Gaurav, I always like to say this that Shane Warne retired from one-day cricket in 2003, but for the next 3 4 years, he used to keep himself in circulation by turning up whenever possible for Victoria. He used to play almost
Hampshire.
all the test matches, and then he would go to English county cricket and play for Hampshire and play all formats. And that's how he kept himself in circulation till early 2007 in the international arena. You see Jimmy Anderson, he's continuing to play, and Alistair Cook continued to play.
Hmm.
Saurav Ganguly, even though he retired from international cricket, used to turn up for Bengal from time to time to play a couple of Ranji matches, so that he's in touch. But this new lot, or the since Dhoni, once they go out of the international cricket, they believe that they can just hit a few cricket balls and come in and perform at the big stage. Is that the right approach, or is the Shane Warne approach the right approach?
No, it's all the. I mean, this. I guess the culture was introduced by Dhoni, and who used to play for Jharkhand, and he never used to sort of bother turning up for the Jharkhand team once he was, once he made it to the Indian team, and then it continued. And Virat, obviously, after 2012, the first match he played for Delhi was in 2025. Early 25. So they have been sort of that whole attitude towards. I mean, I don't know if I should place Rohit in the. I know Rohit did not play a Ranji match for Mumbai since 2015, but I think Rohit and Virat both in their defense. One thing is that they were playing all the three formats of the game. Unlike earlier times when people would play just two formats. Shane Warne also, I think, by the time he retired, the T20 format had just begun to keep in seep into the game. So it's difficult to judge that ways. What yesterday's cricketers did. That way, there were many Mumbai cricketers who would play in the Kanga League after just getting off the flight and so on and so forth. But that was a bygone era, but having said that, I mean, in the case of these two, it's quite baffling that they don't turn up for. I mean, in Virat's case, firstly, he doesn't even turn up for a fitness test at the COE in Bangalore. We hear that his fitness test has been taken in England. Then both of them don't turn up to play for India A. In the one day games against Australia A. Then that I mean then they straight away go to Australia. I don't know what's cooking really, and how the chief selector, despite saying it on a private news channel's show, giving us some thoughts about his about their status for the 27 World Cup, has actually remained quite unclear. In that sense, giving little idea of what exactly he has in mind with them, unless they have something in mind with them, but they're not saying it. Both look very
Because
keen to play
because,
there.
because Ajit said that we have some ideas.
Yeah, so ideas क्या है वो तो ideas we have seen that those ideas were communicated with them after the disastrous tour of Australia also, and we saw two immediate retirements. So I don't know where this is going with the ODI format as well. I would blame the two of them also for just sticking around, trying to sort of leverage this format and not retiring on a high. What is the shame in retiring? I just can't understand. What is the harm in calling it a day? And you just sort of give fodder to all the troll army that you have on Twitter, and who go after any and everybody who questions their sort of continuation in international cricket. So थोड़ा सा मुझे समझ में नहीं आता कि क्या exactly what is cooking, what exactly and why they're still playing in this format when we play few games in this format, and you're talking about 2027. It's not even like there's a World Cup 6 to 8 months down the line. So it's all it's a dangerous situation because at some point you'll have to decide whether to discontinue with them, and then will you have enough number of games to give to the guy who replaces them. I mean, we're just talking all this about after just the first match. Both of them could be playing very well in the second match and prove me and all of us their critics at this point in time wrong. But I would still believe that India were better off investing in youngsters.
Orani, I just want to know in terms of planning as well. I just want to know whether the tour could have been planned better. Now, at least half the squad was not involved in the test series against West Indies. Even in that test squad, there were guys who were not in the playing 11 and not even in the reckoning for the playing 11. Now, isn't it committing harakiri that you are expecting to play at a place like Perth, where the bounce you saw that the ball was just bouncing here, and just after 2 or 3 sessions, and then couldn't they have been sent like 3 4 days in advance? Not, and they're also delayed because of the delay from Singapore to Perth. Couldn't this have been planned a lot better, or is this one day series not important?
See, that has been the norm in the last few years. If you see, that's how the people have turn around for different formats. Actually, that has been the norm. People have not. What these lot of cricketers and the management feels is this: these cricketers have played enough cricket around the world, especially in Australia, to know what the conditions are. So they believe they need a couple of hits, and I don't think acclimatization, those words are gone from their dictionary. I think for a test series, they need to plan a lot more because these players play very little red ball cricket. So that has been the norm. Yes, but again, with the concussion rules and everything, substitutes, you cannot let go of players from test if you want player. You cannot release players as easily with the concussion rule also coming into place. So that's how, but that's what they have been comfortable with. The board, the selectors, the that has been the norm. They will have to switch over. You cannot plan for an ODI series now at this moment. If you had it been a big tournament, yes, but I'm afraid the ODIs. Seriously, I remember I was interviewing Josh Butler during the IPL this year, and he said ICC needs to take a call if these bilateral matches are just warm-up matches, practice matches. That is how they've been approached. Chandresh, I'm afraid that's how, again, that's what these two are also seeing it as. These are practice matches for themselves to get into the groove. They will get another 6 matches if things don't go really bad from here. But yes, how many times, how many series would you let that happen? Again, there will be a break after IPL. They will be playing in ODI, God knows when. And then by that time, the 27 World Cup will be knocking on the doors. It's not about only Yashasvi Jaiswal waiting in the wings. It's about creating a backup for Yashasvi Jaiswal as well. Today, fine, Yashasvi Jaiswal comes in. Next year, August, September, he comes in, plays ODI cricket. Rohit Sharma is done. What happens if Yashasvi Jaiswal fractures his finger just before the World Cup? Like what happened to Shikhar Dhawan in the 2019 World Cups? Have we created that backup as well? We don't have that. So that's the problem here. You have to take a call. You have to have that cushion right now. If you cannot, uh, what happen? You have to plan for injuries as well, right? Like India were in in a spot before the 23 World Cup when Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer were, and KL Rahul, three of them were out for a long time due to injuries. There was That's when they had to go back to Surya, Kumar Yadav, and everything. So they got lucky. I believe that team got lucky because we played in home conditions. Had it been in South Africa or Australia, it would have been a very tough World Cup for us at that
And
moment.
also, there is no backup for Hardik Pandya as we found in the 23 World Cup.
Yeah, so Nitish Reddy there, see, he can be a replacement. He can fill in, but he cannot match Hardik Pandya, and that will not happen. That will not happen. It has taken long, and I think we have made peace that Hardik Pandya is not the next Kapil Dev as well. We had tried to amp it up with the next Kapil Dev. By the time that happened, we realized that won't happen. We are looking for the next Hardik Pandya. So let's settle with what Hardik Pandya brings to the table. Nitish Reddy needs to bowl a lot more. I think more than Hardik's batting, what he gives with the ball is more important. Nitish Reddy needs to bowl at 135 at least. 125 bowling in South Africa, I'm sorry, South Africa and Australia, they will kill you. Mitch Marsh and all of them. Or else you have to have that skill set. I don't think Nitish Reddy has that skill set as a bowler at this moment. He's still very young. But yes, you have to create that backup and it has to start very soon. Or else you may get away with it if Rohit and they click and all that, but you're cutting it too fine, I believe.
Gaurav, now on the flip side, we should be careful not to overreact as well after the first one day because of the fact that there were so many rain breaks. The momentum was being broken constantly with the rain break, going in, coming out, going in, coming out,
But
and
those
all
two
these.
got out before the rain breaks.
No, I'm just
Chandresh.
saying about the team as a whole.
No, yeah,
About the team. I'm not focusing
yeah, I
on
can give
Rohit.
it to Shreyas Iyer, Akshar Patel, but yes,
But
uh,
Akshar Patel still contributed something to the cause.
I have a real problem with that. Akshar Patel. Now we are treating Akshar Patel as Yuvraj Singh, and the best he can give is a 30 and a steady spell.
Is it because the captain is uh,
Captain and the coach. I think at number five, when you coming to bat at 25 for three, you need to have a proper batsman who can score a century and at a good rate. Akshar Patel is either go bang bang or dead defense at this moment. Cannot fault him. He's a very good handy cricketer, but Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar in the middle cannot be cannot be manning your middle order at this moment. I cannot be your bets first bets.
Gigi, should we also not overreact
To what?
to the first one day?
Yeah, we should not. We should not hold our horses. We should not. It should not be either this way or that way. I'm saying for the longest time that there should be a policy in place with these two. It's not about their performances. We should question them on the fact that, and that's why that I was having that argument with Vaipan that day when he was insisting that no, they should be there for the next 5 years also if they're not if they're performing. It's not about performance alone. It's about a certain policy that you need to adopt कि एक cricketer का जब certain age हो जाता है, you need to also look at other options because you are sitting in a country like India where there's plenty of talent. I mean, Rohit Sharma has got alternatives in Yashasvi Jaiswal sitting right there, and outside that, and Abhishek Sharma and maybe several others. Similarly, at number three, there's a Tilak Verma waiting in the wings. There are others as well, and ये दोनों भी they didn't come in the team when they were 35. They came in the team when they were 18, 19, 20, 21 like that. I mean, Dilip Vengsarkar picked Virat Kohli when he was just out of the under 19 World Cup. This thing. It's not like Virat had to wait for 5 years for a Rahul Dravid to retire or 10 years for a VVS Lakshman to retire. He was right. I mean, after a few years, he was a regular in the test team. Also because he made a place for himself, but also because these greats made way and for the others to come in. And these greats also suffered failures towards the end of their career. So and Sachin Tendulkar, if he wanted, could have played on for other, at least in the ODIs. His last ODI innings, I think, scored a half century or something against Pakistan, if I remember correctly, in Bangladesh. So it's about the policy that you put in place. That it's high time that you plan for the next
Yeah.
World Cup next year. You don't want to be the West Indies. Suddenly you're standard with rookies everywhere. So in the interest of Indian cricket, these two should have taken a call, but I think the selectors will eventually take a call very soon because Rohit
I
Kohli
think
this
to
has a big hint.
We're
I
talking
think
about
to
West
add
Indies.
to Gigi's point, when Dhoni and Vengsarkar took that big call with Saurav Ganguly and everyone, Saurav Ganguly had scored nearly 1,000 runs in a calendar year in ODIs. It was not that
He
he was
never,
out of runs. He
yeah,
was
he
scoring
always
runs in
pointed
England
away.
as well. Yes, they took a call. So that has to be now if they were given a present, I think Destiny had presented them a very good opportunity to go out on a high. Now they're playing on reputation. Now they're risking their reputation at this moment, and now it's up to the selectors.
Yeah.
So
Now, will they be expected to play the games for India A against South Africa A, the three one-dayers?
see
Because
the
there's no cricket
I
between now and then. They either have to go play Ranji Trophy or go play those three matches for India
but
A
that
against South Africa.
that doesn't serve the purpose of the India A program, Chandresh. You're not allowing someone else to groom through India A as well.
So then they're
You're
stuck.
blocking places.
But
So
then they're stuck.
you cannot be treating it as warm-up games. Play domestic games, no? Play domestic games.
You
Be it
mean
as
Ranji Trophy? Ranji Trophy.
oh, so they have retired from Ranji Trophy. You don't have it. So they were not picked for Australia 8 games on that simple basis. Would you not want Abhishek Sharma to get some 50 over game time? Why would you test Abhishek Sharma? He needs to check his pace in 50 over format as well. Now you're dissolving the purpose of India A program. It is created to make a bench strength. You're confusing this with shadow A tours in multi-day formats. I think we should not be doing that. one match on those shadow tours, Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara would play, but the other two matches, the youngsters would get the chances. ODI is such a short format, you need to give them three games. So why do you test Abhishek? Then Abhishek Sharma is losing out on India A as well. That's so that where do
So
you
then,
go?
where do these two get game time then, Gaurav? Where do these two get game time if they want to continue playing only one day cricket?
आई डोंट थिंक गेम टाइम का कोई इशू भी है उनके साथ में, कुछ ही तरह का कोई प्लानिंग है. सेलेक्टर्स आर नॉट बॉदर्ड वेदर दे गेट गेम टाइम और नॉट. लेट मी टेल
Hmm.
यू दैट दे आर नॉट बॉदर्ड एट ऑल. सेलेक्टर्स आर जस्ट हैप्पी
Hmm.
कि बस ठीक है ये खेल रहे हैं, अब सही टाइम पे हम कॉल लेंगे बस. दैट इज द, सो
Hmm.
यू अंडरस्टैंड ना वेयर दिस इज कमिंग फ्रॉम. इफ दे आर नॉट बीइंग इंक्लूडेड इन इंडिया ए साइड्स आल्सो,
Hmm.
as Arani said, and youngsters are being given chances, then the indication is very clear. It's not like the whole Indian cricket establishment is very keen that they should play in the 27 World Cup. ठीक है ना? So like that. I mean, it's the writing is on the wall. Then they both need to read it. If the whole system is not keen on them playing too much of cricket, then try understand. I mean, gain match practice or whatever.
So, but the interesting bit, Aruni, is that Ajit Agarkar's contract is only till June 2026. Will the policy continue
No,
till?
no. I think they get 3 years plus. Then on review they get extensions per year. I think, and anyway, it's a per year review on based on reviews. That's how the
So the
other
selectors
selectors
are
have been
also on
led.
tenterhooks. So the selectors are also on tenterhooks, and the
See, at
players
this
are also
moment,
on
I
tenterhooks.
think Ajit is on in a very firm place with Gautam, and I think they're on the same page as well. And see, whatever the calls they've been taking, it's seeming to work actually. What happened in England and Ajit's track record as a selector, if you see, he has the team qualified for the 23 final World Cup final. Although he came in just 2 months before the World Cup, so I won't count that. India won the Champions Trophy. India won the T20 World Cup. The England turnaround happened. So I think Ajit is in a better place at this moment. Had there been a debacle in England, he would have been walking on thin ice. At this moment, Ajit is in a very favorable place. See, it's not the entirely the selectors' call. I think if you had given selectors a free run in Indian cricket, Dhoni would not have been the captain after 2012. Selectors need to keep BCCI, sponsors, broadcasters, everything in mind. That happens. You have to acknowledge that whatever right, wrong, I'm not getting into it. It's the ecosystem. That's how the Indian cricket's ecosystem is built. That's how you pick an India captain as well. Why you looking at Shubman Gill? It's all of that factors come in at this moment. Although he's still not a proven international T20 star, Shubman Gill, but you're putting your eggs in that on him in that basket. So that's how it works. It takes process. It's I think they got the board around the stakeholders around for the test cricket bit. I think once this season finishes, I think you will see things moving, proper discussions happening and everything. Yeah. But they need to perform. Yeah, like said, it's not that they will get away with 30s, 40s, and an odd 60 and 70 here and there. No, they will have to win matches. That's the pressure they will have.
Okay, there's
And
another
one of
big
the
development.
problem that different from Dhoni is Dhoni used to bat very late in the innings. So he would come and apply the finishing touches. These are top of the order batsmen. They are expected to bat 30 overs.
One of the big things, other things that happened today was the fact that they announced the India A squad for the two 4-day games against South Africa A. Rishabh Pant has been named in that as the captain, but there's no Sarfaraz Khan, which means that they are moving on from Sarfaraz Khan as well. They've sent a strong message to Sarfaraz Khan. All the weight loss for nothing. But there's a super chat for you, Gigi, first. Chirag Patel, 400 rupee super chat. We'll come to that India A squad as well in a bit. Chirag Patel has a 400 rupee super chat for you, Gigi. He says, Gigi, what is Iyer performance in South Africa, Australia, England? He has struggled in these conditions and not performed, boss. He struggles in seam track visible. And you wanted him in test squad. Wow. In overseas, he was dropped for right reason.
स्पेलिंग तो जॉन राइट वाला है. अच्छा एक मिनट ना. व्हाट इज आयर what is Ayer's performance was as in South Africa, Australia, England? But how many times has he played there? I'm
He's
curious
not
to
played
know.
much. Yeah,
He's not played much.
not played.
He's
तो फिर
either not
कैसे?
played or he's not been fit.
Not played, not been fit. I
I think
remember
he played
South Africa. I remember
one
he fell
half
ill.
series in South Africa. Yeah.
Australia, though, I don't think he's played a single Test match in his life in Australia.
No, no, he's
He's
talking about the fact that not in test
One day.
matches. He's
in the
saying
one day.
generally in the yeah, in
One
generally in
days
these
maybe
places.
come killer, but I think he did well in that COVID series, the 2020-21 wala
Mm.
ODI series, which we lost with Steve Smith when
He
Steve
did
Smith
well.
was he did reasonably well. In fact, I think Arani did a story that he might even be asked to
Mm.
stay back for the test matches, and
Mm.
eventually he wasn't. But I remember he did well on that this thing. South Africa, I'm not sure, but I mean, he's. It's not like he has got a such a bad problem that he can't play in Sena countries at all. He did very well in New Zealand in 2020, the series just before COVID, in all the five T20Is and ODI, especially in the T20s. I think he did. He was brilliant, absolutely. So to label him as only a batsman who does well in Asian conditions, slightly harsh, I think. You know, and that is why the selectors have faith in him to some extent. That is why he's been named as the vice captain of the ODI side, despite not finding a place in the T20 team and in the taking a. And he was set to make a comeback, by the way, in the red ball
Mm.
format, but for the break that he took. Otherwise, the selectors were all set to include him. And they realized that they were that gaping hole in the middle order in the
But Gigi,
Indian
the way
national
he got
team.
out, those theories will keep coming
Yeah,
out, no?
ठीक है, it's a one odd. I mean, anybody can a good
That
short ball
Saurav
can get
Ganguly
anything
had a
running.
problem for his
Yeah,
entire
for ages.
career.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's how you work around it.
Yeah.
It's
It's how you work around it. So to blow up that problem and to present as, I mean, he's done well in 23 World Cup. Yeah, he was such a star bat for India in 23 World Cup. Then several other tournaments he's done well and series. So Esa you cannot brand him as. I mean, he has that. It's not like that's the strongest point, but to target him for that reason when you don't have great alternatives around, you tried Karun Nair in England. What did you get? You have to drop him. You have to move on from him. You have trying Sai Sudarshan right now in Test. Every third day I see a piece that Sai Sudarshan ka place is under question. He's this that and
He's been named
Sitanshu.
vice captain. He's been named vice captain for the 4-day games.
For the 4 games he's been named the vice captain, and Sitanshu Kotak, our batting coach, is saying in the press conference कि उसका स्पिन के अगेंस्ट प्रॉब्लम है, उस पर थोड़ा काम करना पड़ेगा. तो भाई इंडिया में खेल रहा है, स्पिन के अगेंस्ट प्रॉब्लम है, मूविंग बॉल तो सबको ही पता है. His former Tamil Nadu Ranji coach Surakshan Kulkarni is on record saying that he cannot survive in red ball cricket, and he will have his issues with red ball cricket, I'm saying. So, I mean, it's not like you have great alternatives around. Amongst the alternatives that are there, Shreyas will always remain a very strong candidate, and his troubles began only when he started to avoid domestic cricket to some extent, and that is the what selectors felt, and udhar hi uska problem हुआ. It was not like, lack of performance or really sort of, going down in terms of, form or something. So when he's batting well, he's a joy to watch, without doubt.
I think the only thing that Shreyas needs to do is that embrace the fans that are there in Australia, like the others have done, and we've seen countless stories of that coming from Australia about how the others are embracing the fans and mingling with the fans. That's a big thing that he needs to do right now. Pratyush Raj has a question for you, Arani. He's a regular subscriber for us. He says, "My question for Arani Basu: Is it the end of the road for Sarfaraz Khan? And what is his opinion about Delhi's new assistant coach? Suddenly two double hundreds." Also, then there is one more question from Pushpawati, which is a super chat. In place of Rajat, Sarfraz Khan should have been given opportunity, and Sarfraz has age on his side. I don't see Rajat getting selected in the test squad. Simply wasted spot. Sarfraz is better than Rajat Patidar. What is Rajat Pratyush Raj talking about? The Delhi assistant coach a bit.
Okay,
Aruni?
there's someone called Kshitij Sharma who's been made the assistant coach who somehow got a couple of games every season through means that other than cricket and everything. And suddenly you turn up at a batting beauty and the batsman scored two double hundreds. Say that's fine. Let's give him a go as well. Mike Hassan has not played cricket. He's still been touted as a very good coach. So let's give him some time. And coming to Sarfraz Khan, I think the indications are clear that they don't want to invest in him at this moment. At this moment, it's unfortunate. I really believe it's unfortunate. I think two tests earlier he had scored a 170. in difficult circumstances.
Peak.
To probably they don't see him that he can handle top quality pacers anywhere in the world. I think in any a bit of any on any conditions that have a semblance of help for the seamers and everything at this moment. This moment, and I think I think he should have got a run or got an opportunity to fail for all that he has gone through. I think for domestic cricketers, it could be a bit disheartening. But yes, there have been players, and I think Jalaj Saxena is one that again I think he has been relegated to that class of Jalaj Saxena at this moment by the people in power, by the people who take calls in Indian cricket. And I think one
Who
of the
might become,
hilarious
yeah, who might
clips
become
came out. I think
permanent. Yeah.
yeah, the commentators said it's surprising he never played for India, and two of the former selectors were saying that on air. So and they were mocking themselves. So I think he could become that one of those case in Indian cricket, which is unfortunate. I think I've seen Sarfaraz from his under 19 World Cup days. Rahul Dravid, I remember when he made a comeback to Mumbai and he started scoring those double hundreds. The last double hundred came in Dharamshala just before COVID. I met Rahul Dravid in one of the hotels there. He came for a BCCI meeting. He was the NCA head, and he just asked me what the score was, and I said Sarfaraz is batting on 200 or something. He said he's a serious batsman. He said good that he's found his way back. We need to keep him around. Uh, but it's unfortunate that the selectors and they don't. I think patience level. There are certain players. There are certain players who are labeled like this. They are treated like this. Who are I think more expressive, flamboyant players face this trouble a lot more than the reserved guys. Someone like Rishabh Pant will be always, his head will always be on the chopping block. So it's unfortunate, but yes, I think they are looking to move on, and it will be a pity if they do move on and a year or two down the line they find there's no one else they moved on to. By the time his cricket has deteriorated, it would be a pity. Yeah.
Okay, there's a super chat from Steve Ticolo, Gigi. He says,
Huh?
Gigi, in 2021, in second test in South Africa, when Virat got back spasm, when Virat's last test series as test captain, Virat got back spasm. Iyer was slotted to play. He faked upset stomach to avoid playing on spicy pitch, and Vihari ended
Hey,
up playing. He seems
Absolute
to
crap.
have.
hey,
Absolute crap.
hey.
Absolute, bundle and absolute, this thing. Fake. This news itself is fake. I don't know who the Steve Tikula is, but sir, ऐसा नहीं हुआ था. He was genuinely ill. He was hospitalized, and which is why he could not play that game. Because he would have wanted to play and prove a point because he had just scored 100 against New Zealand in the first test. ये आई डोंट नो कहाँ से लोगों को इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलता है ये फेक कर रहा था ये था वो था अरे भाई आप थे अभी वर यू पार्ट ऑफ द टीम आई मीन अमेजिंग आई जस्ट डोंट गेट दिस होल बिजनेस ऑफ यू नो
उस हिसाब से तो रोहित शर्मा ने भी फेक किया था बॉल पे ट्विस्ट करना क्योंकि डेल स्टेन वाज रिवर्स स्विंगिंग द बॉल
अरे
लाइक
फेक
अ
तो
मैनिएक.
सिद्धू भी करता था बोलते हैं यार ओवरसीज टूर पे के टाइम पे इंजर्ड हो जाता था so like that but I don't think Sarfar I mean players would have faked or done all those things but yeah he seems to be I think the selectors perception about him has been that he is more keen about white ball cricket than red ball cricket which is why they didn't take him to England and later it proved to be true in the sense uska fitness factor also let's not forget कि उसको भी अब 10 साल हो गए for first class all forms of cricket खेलते हुए I think 14-15 season was when he arrived on
12,
the
13.
scene.
12,
नहीं
13.
नहीं 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 Shreyas Iyer 14-15 राजा he played in that तब JNK game was his debut
हाँ
that the match which Mumbai lost
हाँ,
I
14
think
में that under 19 वर्ल्ड कप
I
था ना.
remember
Yeah.
that because
हाँ
Praveen Amre the Mumbai
हाँ.
was the Mumbai head coach that time and he told me that if Shreyas
आफ्टर
had
द
failed
वर्ल्ड कप. या
you would have gone after me saying that अपने academy के बच्चों को खिला रहा है तो like that because they lost to JNK and they were under a lot of pressure but that same season he scored around 800 runs in his debut Ranji season he did very well he bounced back from that failure he did very well never looked back but obviously was ignored from Irani ये वो जैसे भी सरफराज के साथ हो रहा है बस वो initially श्रेयस के साथ भी हुआ it took a while for Shreyas to come into the team. While Mr. Sandeep Patel, that the chief selector that time, was trying out a lot of players from Himachal Pradesh and Maharashtra also. Kedar Jadhav got a look in and this and that, and then
Varinder Sran,
sorry.
Varinder
Yeah,
Virat
Sran,
Sran.
Kohli,
and
Yeah. So Punjab,
Arani
Himachal,
Basu
and
did the story,
Vidarbha's players. I
and he
mean,
went to Australia. Barinder
Fazal
Sahab.
got to tour Zimbabwe at the age of 35, 36, something like that, to play three ODIs and all that. So a lot of those things have happened in Indian cricket. So Shreyas has been slightly unlucky in that, but I don't think he's somebody who'd fake an injury and do all that. Yeah, this time he was pretty honest with the selectors. He was pretty upfront. He said that I can't. I have a genuine problem with my back, and I need to be excused from red ball cricket. And the reason was understood, and the chief secretary has been empathetic with him that yes, problem तो है, because last year भी आई बहुत हल्ला मचा ये वो, but अगर इस बार भी लड़का बार बार एक चीज बोल रहा है तो that means there is some truth to it, which is why he has been accordingly given a sort of a nap break, but at the same time encouraged to in the other format, and been made the vice captain straight away. And T20 also, I believe, is somewhere there. You have a couple of God forbid injuries to top order players. I think shares will be there the T20 side as well. So like
Okay.
that. In fact, right now the captain is also a bit struggling for form. So let's hope that he finds form in that format.
Yeah. He's also making all the right noises, the captain, doing interviews left, right, and center. Steve Ticolo has a point for you, Arani. He says, Arani is a super chat. Arani Sarfaraz is far from reserved guy. There are public images of him having dinner with Mumbai-based Australia journalist. Later that journal wrote article. I don't know what he's talking about.
no, I never called him a reserved guy, a flamboyant guy. I clubbed him into that. But listen, no. I really that's very harsh on him. If selections
I
were,
have a feeling this Steve Ticolo is somebody that who knows something and is not Steve Ticolo, but he's Steve Ticolo.
He's
yeah,
actually somebody, I think, in the press box only.
अपने
As
में
a
ही है, अपने में ही कोई है.
fraternity में कोई है.
Uh,
बट ये जो लिखा है इसने, ये गलत नहीं लिखा है टेक्निकली. ये हुआ था
uh,
ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, and after that Sarfaraz
was,
troubles began, very badly, and
uh,
that I would blame that journalist also for
hmm,
going ahead and writing articles and tweeting about
hmm,
it and saying it on the Australian sports television
podcasts
network.
and
About how one player who's not playing has been completely unclear about his role and has been, struggling to come up with answers, and that this and he connected that to the team being disjointed and the team not being on the same page, and they didn't go out for dinner together after the victory in the first test at Perth.
So
A
that was
lot of,
Sarfaraz. So that was Sarfaraz because he said one player.
I guess that is what the BCCI initially thought, and that
thought,
is why
yeah.
initially the BCCI. I mean, there was a clamor to go after Sarfaraz,
And another
and
thing that happened was that Naushad's proximity to the media, with the media, his
वो तो एक चलो
father's,
है नौशाद का प्रॉक्सिमिटी उनको वो
उसका
फैक्टर भी
है.
है. His father has been
So,
guilty of being too sort
but
of
I
entertaining towards
think
media, but
he was made the scapegoat at that time because the
yeah,
series
yeah,
went
yeah.
the way it
The
did.
BCCI secretly did
Uh,
conduct an inquiry and did clear exonerated him from that inquiry after that inquiry, because after that Sarfaraz was included in the India A side for the England tour. अगर वो really guilty होता और really कुछ कर रहा होता तो इंडिया ए में भी नहीं आता. ठीक है ना. हाँ, इतना जरूर
यही
है कि इंडियन टीम में नहीं आएगा, ये थोड़ा सा
अगर ये सब क्राइटेरिया हो जाता ना, बहुत इंडिया प्लेयर्स, बड़े बड़े
बहुत
इंडिया प्लेयर्स
इंडियन.
नहीं खेल रहे होते.
या
अरे
एब्सोल्युटली. सौरव गांगुली
ओके,
को तो बताते थे मीडिया को, बंगाली मीडिया को बताते
सब
थे,
बोलते थे यार, सब बोलते थे.
सब लोग
तो ऐसा
बोलते थे.
होता है
एवरी जर्नलिस्ट. अभी
Arani
का
just
रोहित शर्मा इज
आई वुड
पोस्ट
से कि
जर्नलिस्ट, वी ऑल
नहीं
नो.
नहीं, अभी का
रोहित
थोड़ा
शर्मा very
प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि अभी एजेंट्स और आईपीएल फ्रेंचाइजी आके प्लेयर्स और इंडियन मीडिया का उतना वो नहीं है, उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं बनता बॉन्ड जो पहले के जमाने का होता था. आई थिंक टिल दैट बैच ऑफ हरभजन सिंह एंड ऑल दैट, दे वर
तो
मोर
होता
savvy
था
with
were they
they
more
were very
savvy?
close to the media people. But
अच्छा.
now that the players are not, now the norm is that the players are not usually very close to the media. So if one player uh, emerges as someone who is closer to the media than the others, he will suffer. He will be the black mole. He will be stamped as the black mole in the team. So
So that's
that's very
happening right now.
unfortunate.
So is that happening
Yeah,
right now in your view?
that happened. I think that's what happened. रिजल्ट्स आने लगे देन द वो सारा देखो वो जो वो निकला था कि डॉक्यूमेंट निकला था, डॉजियर निकला था कि हम टीम को ऐसे बिहेव करना है, एक साथ फ्लाइट लेना। इंग्लैंड सीरीज खत्म हुआ, पहला 1.5 घंटे का मैं पहला फ्लाइट कोच लेके निकला वहां से लंदन से। शुभमन गिल अपने 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 पर्सनल दोस्तों को लेके पार्टी कर रहा था, अर्शदीप सिंह अपने फैमिली को लेकर, हम लोगों ने ऑक्सफोर्ड स्ट्रीट में इन लोगों को सबको अलग 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 घूमते हुए देखा था। तो वो ना रिजल्ट पे डिपेंड करता है। वो जैसे ही आप रिजल्ट खराब आने लगेगा ना
अभी
तब आप
अभी
अचानक ये बन जाते हो।
ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी 2 मैच में गया है।
हाँ, 2 मैच में नहीं, वो मतलब वो बुकिंग्स नहीं मिली थी, जो फ्लाइट
जो
में
भी है
मिले
मतलब,
गए थे,
जो डॉक्यूमेंट
ऑल
बनाया
द
था उसका
सेम ले
कोई
गए थे।
फायदा नहीं।
नहीं, टीम
हाँ,
went and almost together. The
टीम
support
गई थी,
staff went.
सपोर्ट स्टाफ अलग गई थी, सपोर्ट स्टाफ अलग गई
The
थी।
team almost went together.
रिमेंबर द
I've seen
सपोर्ट
videos of
स्टाफ
it.
इज आल्सो 15 to 20 मेंबर स्ट्रांग।
हाँ,
चार तो साला मीडिया वाले जाते हैं, 4 से 5 तो मीडिया वाले जाते हैं, और कभी कभी लगता है वो हमारे साथ compete कर रहे हैं। तो तो वो है।
दूसरे वेबसाइट exclusive stories.
हाँ, तो वो सारी बातें तो अनफॉर्चुनेट है, उसको आपके क्रिकेटिंग इस पे बेस करो। अगर उसने बहुत अजीब अजीब चीजें रिवील करने लगा था तो प्लेइंग 11 दे देना मैच के पहले, दोज आर सीरियस थिंग्स। वो सारे सीरियस थिंग्स होते हैं फॉर रीजंस जो हमारा पास्ट रहा है, चेकर्ड पास्ट रहा है इंडियन क्रिकेट में, फॉर दोज रीजंस द एलिगेशंस दैट हैव कम, तो यू कांट गिव दैट अवे। लेकिन एक जर्नलिस्ट को इंफॉर्मेशन कहाँ से मिलेगा? कहीं से तो मिलेगा ना। एंड इफ दैट्स नॉट ट्रू, यू कम आउट इन द ओपन एंड से दोज आर फॉल्स, द स्टोरी इज फॉल्स। रिमेंबर व्हाट धोनी डिड, ही पैरेडेड द एंटायर टीम इन इंग्लैंड। या तो वो करो, वो जिगड़ा दिखाओ आप, वो नहीं है, आप पीछे पीछे खेल लो, उसका करियर खत्म हो। वीरू को तो धोनी ने खत्म नहीं किया था ना उस टाइम। दैट वाज अबाउट कितना तो धोनी और वीरू का वो दरार लगा के वो न्यूज चैनल में चलता था पूरा साल। तो दैट नेवर हैपेंड। अब इस लड़के को अगर आप क्रिकेटिंग सेंस पे बोल रहे हो, you give a proper cricketing logic to that. I mean, how you have to give a proper answer why a person was dropped after scoring a 2 tests after scoring a 170 against New Zealand in very dire circumstances. You have to give that reason. I'm sorry, that much the selectors owe him. That's what I. Otherwise, you come in front and give it in official yeah, that he is not loyal to the team and whatever they think is.
Okay, Mohammad Hamza has a 100 rupee super chat. Gigi, I want you to answer this. If Rocco fails this series, will Gigi and management start a new ODI setup with Abhishek and Tilak? Can we expect Abhishek and Jaiswal as the new openers with Gill at number 3?
Hopefully,
He will go.
that might
He
happen,
will.
but I don't know. I think 3 match will be too less to judge them.
Ah,
Maybe another three against New Zealand at home to
hmm.
sort of. Although there'll be a lot of clamor if they fail and we lose the series 3-0. You know.
Fail like this. Fail like this.
Yeah. Feel
Hmm.
like this that will be because रोहित का मुझे थोड़ा सा डर लग रहा है because slip में जिस तरह से वो out हुए, that was the pattern with this test.
And there's a setup. वो तो it looked like he will get out.
Yeah.
It
That
looked like
rising
that.
ball मतलब वो तो problem हो ही गया है ना उसका.
वो 4 बॉल से लग रहा था कि ये अभी जाएगा।
हाँ.
वो है।
नहीं, even Virat, I mean, as you said, 9 ball में
Hmm.
0, and then suddenly that drive outside off stump.
That used to be Virat's forte, no? To run
Okay,
between the wickets and take
Correct.
singles and everything.
Kiran Kumar Sports says it's confirmed Basu hates Dhoni. So we have Kiran. So Basu hates Dhoni. Didi loves Thala. He's made up his mind. Kiran Kumar Sports has made up his
कंफर्म
mind.
हो गया?
कंफर्म हो गया, मतलब सोर्सेस से नहीं, डायरेक्टली पता चला उसको।
हाँ।
जैनेश जैन कह रहे हैं नहीं, और एक है Tarun Negi is asking, is Rishabh going to play the 25th Ranji match or the two unofficial
It looks
test match will be
difficult. No, it
because he's now
looks
going to
very
be playing
difficult.
that again.
Because 28th को मैच खत्म हो रहा है and 30th को दूसरा मैच शुरू हो रहा है. When he spoke to DDCA,
The CO is close to the Bangalore airport, so I'm just saying technically.
हाँ, तो when he spoke to DDCA, I think he was not aware of the A matches and the selectors were not in touch with him at that moment. I think the selectors have conveyed it. Why would he burn himself out at this moment? Had it been a 5-day, 6, 7-day gap, he may have played that. He may well have played that. I don't see him playing.
But I think the 4-day games are going to be very interesting because Tempa Bavuma is also going to play in one of the games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it will be interesting to see what kind of surfaces they give. I don't think
yeah.
they will give them turners here at COE. But the test
COA is
matches
going to
will
be
be
very
fun.
active. These 4-day games, and then you have the under 19 tri series as well. India A,
Mm.
India B, and Afghanistan.
They have three
So
grounds apparently.
yeah, it's going to be very active. It's a beehive of activity now. Once again, Umama Mahida has a question. विराट का फेवरेट जर्नलिस्ट कौन है? हमें पता तो नहीं. पता हमें तो पता है नहीं है कोई उसका फ्रेंड है. मतलब as in basically he's trying to say that we don't know if Virat
He
has
doesn't
any
have.
friends amongst journalists.
नहीं है there is
है
somebody
क्या?
who's है बंगाल से है वो
सबका
अच्छे
रहता है,
फ्रेंड
सबका रहता है, सबका
हाँ
रहता है.
सबका रहता है उसके भी है इनफैक्ट when that incident happened when he abused a journalist for mistaken identity in Australia in 2015 he messaged that
He meant
journalist and
it.
told him कि तू उसको मेरी तरफ से सॉरी बोल दियो ठीक है ना which was obviously not accepted by that concerned journalist जिनको विराट से गालियां सुननी पड़ी for no fault of his so there is somebody who's very
Okay.
close to Virat.
But there's nothing wrong if
Yeah, that's
you
fine
know
that's fine
a journalist
yeah
in
वो
person.
सब तो the players
Yeah.
to be close
Be
to the
on
Okay.
players.
tour and you see the players behave very differently on long tours
Yeah.
with the media people.
Yeah. Just the final comment now. Manik Preet Singh, and he says, fun fact: Surya Kumar Yadav has given more interviews than runs scored by him in Asia Cup. हर
वो
रोज
तो है,
YouTube scroll करो, Sky का new
बिल्कुल
interview आ जाता है. I hope he scores run in Australia series. Else, Jaiswal and Iyer are waiting.
ऐसा लग रहा वर्ल्ड कप जीत के आया, सो आई थिंक यू कुड हैव थोड़ा सा हॉर्सेस होल्ड करो. Beating that Pakistan team cannot be a badge of honor. I'm seriously, if you're talking objectively here, ठीक है, emotions and all that thing, but that Pakistan team is way below mediocre. Uh, अगर उस पे आप इतना गर्व महसूस कर रहे हो तो बॉस यू नीड टू सेट योर गोल्स हायर आई थिंक.
Okay, so final comment, final thought. There's an interesting one-day game happening in Bangladesh right now between Bangladesh and West Indies. This match is being played at Mirpur. West Indies bowled 50 overs of spin. 50 overs of spin West Indies bowled. Not a single medium pace over in that 50 overs from West Indies. Even though they had the likes of
वो
no,
काला
they
सॉइल
had,
निकल आया होगा ना.
no, there was no fast bowler in the 11. They're all
हाँ,
spinners
तो
only.
that black
Akhil
soil must
Hossain,
have been
Roston Chase, Khari Pierre, Gudakesh Moti and Ali
ढाई घंटे
Next.
में खत्म हो गया होगा इनिंग्स.
हाँ खत्म हो गया
Same
एंड
happened.
जब
I think I covered an under 19 match, Sri Lanka versus England. I think some quarterfinal or semi-final it was, and Sri
हाँ
Lanka bowled all spin. I think the innings got over in 2 hours 15 minutes.
ओके एंड Bangladesh innings right now they've had only 4 overs of medium pace and that too Mustafizur you can classify him as
Oh, so
हाँ तो 4 overs
fast
so
off. Uh,
हाँ so in all so 89 overs have happened so far only 4 overs of medium pace in the match so this is amazing and one final
ओवररेट
super
का कोई इशू नहीं है.
कोई issue नहीं है one final super chat from Ramesh is asking it again and again. Do you guys think KL can keep wickets till 2027?
It will test his fitness. Yeah, for in 50 overs.
Next year, there are 21 one-day games. This
Yeah,
includes the 3 one-day games
and
for Bangladesh, which is
but there are not as many test matches as well, Chandesh. So
which is good.
that's a relief for KL.
KL,
But
because he's
for
not going to play T20.
And for some reason, the Indian team management believes that he's not accustomed enough to bat higher than Akshar Patel in testing conditions in one-day cricket. The one who scored tons of runs in test matches in England. So he does not need to bat much. So I think all his energy will go into wicket keeping, and I think he's a bit reluctant to keep wickets even in T20 crickets because he's gone through severe hamstring injuries, and he's also what 34, 35 now, close to 34, is nudging 35, I guess now at this moment.
No, no, no. I don't think he's nudging 35.
33,
He's
34 तो
33.
है ही वो.
He's 33.
नजिंग 34 होगा वो,
Nudging
because
नहीं,
when
6 महीना है 34 के लिए.
हाँ तो वो होगा तो 34 है, so it will be tough for him. I think one of the
It's a,
reasons he
so the
टेस्ट
age
मैच
is
से
a
विकेट
touchy
कीपिंग पैक कर दिया.
then this age thing is a touchy topic. You were talking to both Gaurav and myself. So 33, 34 is still young.
I'm past that. I'm past that. It's touchy for me as well.
Acha, will India SAA be telecast live? Any news
अरे
on that?
यही
No,
तो
no,
भाई,
no, nothing, nothing,
नो
nothing.
नो, वो तो
No.
सीओई में आप कैसे कैमरा लेके घुस जाओगे ऐसे ही? जीजी को 4 आर्टिकल लिखने पड़ेंगे उसके पहले।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, लीक का है तो सही, फैसिलिटी है, टेलीकास्ट कर सकते हो,
हाँ,
द फाइनल वाज टेलीकास्ट
पर
ऑफ द दुलीप ट्रॉफी,
हाँ,
बट वो नहीं
हाँ,
होंगे, दे हैव अ सर्टेन
नहीं
नंबर
नहीं, वो
ऑफ
प्रोडक्शन
डेज,
कॉस्ट नहीं
कैमरास,
बढ़ाना है।
वो सो वो
रणजी
सब
ट्रॉफी
No,
चल रहा होगा आप,
प्रोडक्शन तो बीसीसीआई को ही करना है, उनके ऊपर ही है.
नहीं
नहीं
होएगा,
नहीं, आप
वी
देखो ना,
विल सी।
आप तीन मैच एक साथ रणजी का आप टेलीकास्ट करते हो, स्ट्रीमिंग और जो भी करते हो, तो आप इतना प्रोडक्शन यूनिट कितना डिप्लॉय करोगे आप, वो भी है।
Okay, on that note, thanks a
आई
lot,
वुड रादर
gentlemen.
वॉच डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट, रणजी ट्रॉफी,
Okay, so Aruni has given his verdict. We still don't know which journalist Virat is close to. We still don't know what happened to Sarfaraz. There are more
नहीं नहीं, वो
questions than
धोनी
answers.
आई एम तो कंफर्म हो गया, मैं तो एंटी धोनी
Well, the only thing that has been confirmed today is that
हूँ।
Arani is against Dhoni. So we have a clear divide on TOI Digital right now. Arani is against Dhoni, and Dwaipen is close to. Dwaipen
Thala.
loves Thala, not close to. He loves Thala, and
I'm fond
Gigi ka
of him.
to. Huh?
I'm fond of him.
I'm and Gigi loves Shreyas Iyer and all the other players who are performing. Gigi is the voice for the unheard. He's like Shreyam Benegal, and Arani Basu is like Rohit Shetty and David Dhawan. So we have a clear divide here. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today on this show. We'll be back again tomorrow, looking ahead to that second one day in Adelaide. Take good care of yourselves. Enjoy Diwali. Celebrate it well with your family and friends. And Gigi will be on double duty because of the Women's World Cup as well. All the best. Bring good luck to the Indian women's team. The day after tomorrow is their big game as well. So there's like neck to neck during the day, the men's team. Afternoon onwards, the women's team.
अभी तो रोको हाँ हो गया है, हरमनप्रीत का भी नाम जोड़ दो उस लाइन में अब। रोको हाँ
Roko
हो
Ha.
गया
That's a
है।
good one. That's a good one.
रोको
That's a
हाँ,
Roko Har.
हाँ,
Roko
रोको
Har.
हाँ,
हार हो
रुको
गया
हाँ,
है।
Roko
रुको हाँ,
Har.
रुको
Gigi,
हाँ,
Roko. परसों at
तीसरा हार के बाद
हैशटैग
रोको
रोको,
हार
नया
चलेगा।
हैशटैग बनाना पड़ेगा, रुको हाँ, हैशटैग रोको हाँ।
हाँ,
the match is in Gigi's backyard. That is Gigi's
हाँ,
playground. That stadium.
ठीक।
So that's it for today. Remember, all you need to do is like, share, subscribe, and comment on all our videos and be part of the conversation that we are having right here on TOI Digital. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Till then, take good care of yourselves. It's goodbye and God bless from all of us.